and welcome to Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. My name is Julie and I'm here to impart some knowledge to you today via a 2-minute art tip. And today's tip, I wanted to introduce you to a product that you may have overlooked in the catalog. We've had it for a little while, but a lot of people, I guess, don't really know what it is and therefore doesn't know what it does. And I wanted to make sure that you were in the know. What we're going to be playing with today is Daniel Smith Watercolor Ground. So basically what this is alternatively formulated gesso that's specialized for water media. So this is a way that you can take almost any hard surface and treat it with this special ground and then utilize that surface like you would paint watercolor on, okay? But it also accepts like ink, gouache, collage, pencil, mixed media. I'm going to be playing with a combination of traditional watercolor and a watercolor ink on there just so that you can see how similarly this reacts to like if you were just using a regular watercolor paper. Now you can treat other papers with this. The color I have used here is buff titanium because I want you to be able to see easily what I'm doing. We have several different other colors. There's an iridescent gold, you know I'm gonna like, Mars black, pearlescent white, titanium white, and then transparent, which that wouldn't really do us much good at all because you wouldn't be able to see anything. I'm going to be using a lot of techniques that I would probably be likely to use like on a natural white or even an antique white watercolor paper. So I'm just going to put some like washes down and just play around with some stuff. So I've got this is Gray of Gray, which I love. And you know, you're thinking, what are you doing putting gray on buff titanium? Well, whatever I want, really. I kind of like this is because you got this back and forth of this warm neutral and a cool neutral like on top of each other. But you can see that this reacts very, very similarly to how watercolor paper would react to this kind of application of a wet wash. And we are working on a Joe Miller signature gessoed panel, and it is really good, like they say. I love these. The gesso application on this is very smooth. And so if you tried to put watercolor on here, it would be sort of difficult because there really wouldn't be anything for it to stick to. But with this Dan Smith watercolor ground, we're able to put watercolor down and not have any kind of problem. So I'm going to do this. And now I'm going to grab some Pat's Coastal Blue and just pump up that kind of blue. And you know, granted, I understand these are very, very subtle color changes. You're probably not getting much out of this right now. Let's grab something a little bit more powerful and see what happens. Let's see. We got Junebug over here, and grab some of that. And it does interesting things. And you can see, again, you got this established wet wash down here, and it is behaving very much like a watercolor paper would. It's a little slower to dry, but not much, not like much of a variation. So we got a couple of different colors going on here. And then now we are going to, let's see, I think we got some earth and green. And this is the container that this comes in. They are anywhere from 4 ounce, which is what this is, to a 16 ounce jar. And it looks like this. And I just put this onto a dry surface with a dry brush. Looks like this. It's very, very thick, you know, just like the Dairy Queen drive-thru. You can turn upside down. It goes on thick. You have to kind of put a little brushwork into it to get it nice and even, but you will not be sorry. It is absolutely beautiful. You get a nice consistent surface. It doesn't take that long to dry. And, you know, with this, you're able to utilize so many different surfaces to use your water media on. And it's just fascinating and a really kind of like freeing little product for just a little bit of money. Now I'm going to grab some, I got a very, very small brush here. I'm just going to grab a little bit of this watercolor ink. And granted, we already know that it's wet, so we're not going to get, you know, kind of a line quality that's going to hold. We're going to get a very, very loose, watery line. But this color is called like peacock green. And I love it because it has so many personalities. It's so beautiful. And yes, I know, it's very kind of wet and kind of marine looking, and that's cool. But you can see when this is dry that you would have a line quality that is like much more predictable. But that's not really what we're going for right here. We're working this wet into wet and just playing around with different media and seeing what it's going to do. And so we're getting kind of unusual kind of handling of it, and it's quite beautiful. So hopefully you've gotten an idea here from the look and the feel of this, what it will do and how it will behave and all that kind of stuff. I really enjoy this product, and I wanted to make sure all of you out there knew that this was a tool that was available right here at Cheap Joe's. It is made by Daniel Smith. It is a watercolor ground available in several different colors right here at good old Cheap Joe's, and we know that you'll enjoy. Thanks for joining us for another installment of 2-Minute Art Tips right here at Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. We hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned a little something. If so, give us a like, comment with your thoughts, and share with a friend. Subscribe below and don't miss a single 2-Minute Art Tips, and help us reach 150,000 subscribers. See you next time.